Hello and welcome to this Ticketmaster quick reference video guide on how to maintain your project schedule. This guide assumes that you've already been in touch with the PMO and have requested a blank schedule template. So assuming you've done that and have your schedule template open in front of you, the first thing you'll want to do is navigate to the top left corner of the screen and include your project name. Next to that, depending on when you're viewing this particular video guide, you may have to update the year as well. Next field to update will be the version field. If this is the first instance of a schedule, then the assumption is it hasn't been approved, and as such it should remain as 0.01-draft. As soon as your schedule has been approved, this can be changed to version 1.0. The next field we need to focus on is the publish date. This will remain as NA until the schedule has been approved and published onto Confluence. As soon as that happens, the publication date is included in there. Our next field is strategic initiative, and it's here that you would include the strategic initiative that your project feeds into. Now if we start looking down the schedule, we can see that it's split by year, and then underneath each year it's further split into quarters. And underneath each quarter, depending on how many releases you have, you would be expected to have a subheading per release. And in these subheadings, you would state whether the release is being released into stage or production, and you would omit as necessary. And next to that, you would include the release name. For example, eTickets 5.3. Once you have that general basic skeleton in place, you can start to flesh out and populate your schedule. The first field per release that you'll need to fill out will be the date. This is simply the planned release date. Next to that, in the item field, you would include a name or descriptor for that particular feature or enhancement. Next to that, we've got the product manager column. It's here that you would include the initials or the name of the product manager responsible for that particular feature or enhancement. Next to that, we have the notes field, and this is really an area for you to include a description of the feature or enhancement, and ideally it would be written in such a way that could be easily understood by any readers who don't necessarily have any specialist understanding of the product or underlying technology or even close to the project. Next to that, we've got the ROM column, and really simply this is for you to include your ROM estimates per item. Next to that, we've got percentage effort, and that basically allows you to show what percentage of overall effort on any release for each particular line item. So if we have 4 line items in any release, and each one of those line items has a ROM of 10 days each, that means the percentage effort for one of those line items would be 25%. Next to that, we have the roadmap reference. On occasion, roadmaps may include a reference to a particular line item. If that is the case, this is the place to include it. Next to roadmap reference, we've got the dependencies field, and this should be used to record any dependencies that are required in order to complete the feature or enhancement. The format of the dependency should be product name followed by dependency ref number in brackets, and these need to be first degree direct dependencies. If you have no dependencies, then please put none. This is very important. Finally, the date added column. This needs to be populated with the date the feature or enhancement was first added to the schedule. And once you've included all of that information, you would navigate to All Access, International, International PMO, and Master Schedules. From here, you'd click Upload, browse and select your schedule, and then simply click OK, followed by Check-in. And you're done.